but my daughter come first. That's a recipe for disaster. We've seen single moms. You've been with your son. It was just y'all. And then when you find your husband, y'all come together. But it's like, yeah, but me and my son was here first. It's a recipe for disaster because that child does not know what it is like to come underneath an adoptive covering of a father and mother coming together to provide a safe space for them as children. And the blended family is kids need to know that mommy and me come first.
Facts.
Even if you were here first.
All right, this was controversial, and the comment section had a lot of stuff to say. Some people were with Montell, some people weren't. Some people were like, I would never put somebody before my child. Some people were like, show you right, yeah, you got to make sure you put your partner first. That's what matters the most. You know, people had different feelings. As far as I look at it, it's really a to each his own type of thing. When you talk about putting somebody first, it doesn't necessarily mean the other person completely goes without. It just means that you prioritize. You can't put them both at the same level. I know everybody, oh, well, you know, it should be the same. It should just be the same. Well, that's not realistic because there are going to be situations where you're going to have to pick one over the other. That's just life. And when that happens, that's when it comes out. As far as whoever you're putting first. I think when you talk about a relationship and you're saying, I want this relationship to be the thing that all fruit flows from, I think you got to put that relationship first. If that's what you want. If you want somebody bending over backwards for you, if you want somebody that's willing to die for you, if you want somebody, because you're going to want things out of a partner that you may not, well, you shouldn't expect from a kid, to be real with you. You shouldn't expect your kid to die for you. They might be willing to, but as a parent, that's not something you should expect. You shouldn't expect your kid to stay with you for the rest of their life. They got to go on and have their own lives. So when you put your kid first, you're basically, in a lot of cases, even if it's consciously, even if it's subconsciously, a lot of times you're expecting your child to basically be your mate. You know, this is where they got the concept of the son husband, where you get in a relationship with somebody and, you know, you put the kid first and that relationship dissolves. Now you expect the kid to jump in there and basically take care of you as if they were your partner. You know, we gonna go to the movies together. We going on vacation together. Oh, I can't believe you're gonna hang out with your friends rather than watch this movie with me. You know, it becomes that kind of thing. Sometimes the relationship gets a little weird. I think you got to look at what you really want to do, because just because you're a parent don't mean you stop living. People say, well, you shouldn't have had kids and all that kind of stuff. Normally, those are people who don't have kids who say stuff like that. You can't listen to them. You got to look at it for yourself and say, well, damn, if I decided to have children, that doesn't mean that my life stopped. And it doesn't mean that my life stops after my kids grow up. I still got to live. And because I have to live, and we live in a society now that says, hey, you don't owe anything to your parents. Well, they don't owe anything to you then. You know, parents used to raise kids and the kids would take care of them when they got older. Now people say, well, you know, you don't got to take care of your parents. You don't got to do anything for your parents when they get older, which is understandable. But that means your parents got to put themselves first. They got to put their partner first. That doesn't mean that you don't matter. That doesn't mean that they don't take care of you. That doesn't mean that they don't do things for you. But it does mean that they just say, hey, this is our relationship. And this is going to be what comes first. Now, I know some people going to jump in here with, oh, well, if you put your partner first, they might beat your kid. They might abuse them and all that kind of stuff. Damn, why are you dating somebody who would abuse your kid? That's not about putting your kid first or second or third or whatever. That's about getting out of that relationship. Why are you messing with people like that? So if you can't put your partner first and the trickle-down effect positively affects your child, you are choosing the wrong partner. If you're not like, okay, well, I got to make sure they're straight so that they can help me take care of this whole family. If that's not happening, then you're not picking the right people. You got to pick people that when you put them first and you put their needs first, the kids automatically get the things that they need because y'all are both contributing. It's a lot easier with two people. Two people can do about half the work and still get more than somebody that's putting in all the effort that they possibly can put in. That's just the reality of it. Two people can get together and raise kids with half the effort. I mean, just do the math. Each person puts in half. It's the equivalent of your whole as a single parent. So that's why a lot of times putting the other person, your partner first, so y'all can be together. It makes it so that y'all can give a little bit less as far as the kids are concerned, but they still get more than what a single parent can do. If y'all both do 55%, it's more than a single parent can ever do. It's the reality. It's the math.